Hi, I am Mandy of Madcow Mandy Designs. It is August 11th, 2022, and this is episode 27. I have been working hard to get things finished. I have been trying to downsize my whips, so if you're ready, grab your drink and your knitting, because we're going to start with finished objects. First up is the hashtag chat knit night cowl that I'm doing. Southern Skeins and A Lovely Blunder Knits are hosting a Zoom knit night once a month on the fourth Thursday of the month, and we get together and we knit. We knit, we chat, we have fun, and they give us a pattern for a blanket square. So I forgot to post about this one last month. I forgot to show y'all this one last month. I don't know. I guess I fell asleep. So this is last month, or what? We're in August, so this would be like June's. It is very pretty and very incorrect. It is the stockinette stitch triangles. And they were supposed to be more of an equilateral triangle. Mine are like a right triangle because I didn't read the pattern correctly and left off the last two rows of every repeat. It's still pretty. And if I didn't tell you, you wouldn't know. So, which makes this one July. Oh, that's pretty. This is the zigzag eyelets. Sure you can't see where I got the name. Yeah, I am using Hobby Lobby I Love This yarn, and it is all leftovers from the temperature blanket that I made back whenever. It's for 2018, but it didn't get finished in 2018 because it's a temperature blanket and they're not actually allowed to be completed in a timely manner. So yeah, just using up leftovers and having fun. So that means that I have 7 squares now. We are over halfway through the year and halfway through the project, and Meredith of A Lovely Blunder Knits, I believe, is planning to release the pattern in its entirety when the year's over. So y'all can go follow her and watch for that pattern. Next up is my New Mexico socks. I am absolutely in love with these. So the people of Instagram picked for me. I put up either this yarn or another yarn that I had picked up in New Mexico, and y'all picked this one. It is my 2x2 feet pattern. So yeah, these are done and completed and entered for the cowl, which, I mean, I can't win a prize because I'm the host. There's still plenty of time for y'all to pick up the pattern and start knitting and enter as well. It ends August the 31st, and all you have to do is use hashtag 2x2 feet socks. So that is a 2x2. I've seen where some people are using 2by2, and that's the wrong by. It's like architecture and things, 2x2. So yeah, definitely do that. You don't have to even finish the socks, you just have to use the hashtag. So go pick you up some yarn and start working on it. Join in on all the fun. I'll be picking 2 winners to receive a book of their choice from my store. Back to these though. This is pink Adobe Dyeworks in the color Mooncat, because the yarn came from Mooncat Fibers in Taos, New Mexico, and it's a store only colorway. You have to get it from the store. It's gorgeous though. I mean, the colors, they screamed New Mexico to me. I mean, It's New Mexico in a sock. Gorgeous. So, y'all, I want to wear my socks so bad. Look at all these. Look, oh my goodness, they just keep going. I'm running out of room on the clothesline, and I want to wear my socks, but I'm trying to be good. I'm trying to wait until camp is over, and then I get to wear all the socks. Laundry day is not going to be fun. Next up is my pink candy socks. And if this looks familiar, it's because I've already knit them once. So I made my mom this exact same pair of socks, and now I'm making it for my Aunt Candy because she requested socks. I had no idea that my mom was rubbing it in her face that she was getting socks, and my aunt really wanted some, so here they are. And of course, her name is Aunt Candy, so pink candy socks. This purple is Romance by Southern Skeins. It's a very old colorway. I think that's one of the very first colors I ever got. Pink is Oi with the Poodles Already from Fangirl Fibers, and it's a vanilla sock. Anytime I make a first sock for somebody, I make a vanilla sock just to make sure that it fits and that they like the feel of a hand knit sock. And that is it for FOs. We can jump into whips. I only have one sock. This is the only sock. Oh, it jingles. This is the only sock I have going right now. It is in my pink flamingo bag from Southern Sewn, and it was a gift from Pam, which means that it has Pam's sock in it. This is a DK weight sock from Southern Skeins called Farmyard. And you're not going to focus. There we go. Very pretty light gray with some greens and some pinks. And there's a couple spots that have a little bit of blue in them. And if it looks familiar, right there. Whoop. Pam received two skeins of this, and she thought about my mom, so I knit one pair already for my mom, and now I'm knitting one up for Pam, and they're gonna have matching farm socks. I thought that was pretty fun. I am actually using a 9-inch circular on this one because there are enough stitches that they'll go all the way around the circle. And y'all are not going to believe this unless I show it to you. I made a heel flapping gusset. Who am I? I am a good friend that knows that Pam prefers heel flapping gusset all the way. Like, that is her fit, that is her jam, and I wish it would show up better on camera because with this DK weight yarn, it is beautiful. When I get the first sock done, I'll be able to show you better. It's all scrunched up on the needles right now. But yeah, the heel flapping gusset, just the stitch definition looks gorgeous in DK weight yarn. So, this is my first one, still working on it. Me and her have about the same size foot, so it shouldn't take me too long to get through the foot of this, especially with DK weight yarn. And yeah, you can have these when camp is over, because it's going to go on the clothesline. But camp is almost over, and I have multiple socks to deliver, because that's mom, the baby socks are for work. Oh dear, the rest are mine. Oops. Oh, I have Aunt Candy's down here too, so. And I delivered one to the neighbor. I've made way too many socks for camp this year. Yeah, so I'm excited to share that with y'all again next week. And doing vanilla, I don't usually work pattern on a DK weight sock. I don't know, DK weight just feels like a good vanilla yarn to me. I made 4 Hexapuffs. So I shared with y'all last week that I attached my Hexapuff cushion all together and it was nowhere near big enough. So I am back to making Hexapuffs. I do this on Sundays because Scrappy Sunday, and oh dear. So yeah, I managed to make 4. These 3 are mini skein leftovers from Southern Skeins over the years. I could not tell you the colors. Don't know. They're old stash. I don't know. This is the Fangirl Fibers Lane's drums, leftover from my Muscle Burl hat. So these have all been put into my scrappy blanket and made a Hexapuff of. So now I think everybody went into my magic knot ball. I think I'm done with all those colors. This is my camp bag from this year, from the Crazy Sock Lady. I love these bags. They're great. They're really good size. And I don't think I've showed this on a weekly podcast. It showed up on my All Those Old Whips video if you watched it. And I finally found the name of this yarn. This is Premier Nordica in Spearmint colorway. Really pretty. I got it on sale at Hobby Lobby a long time ago. It is still listed on their website, so they still make the color. I don't think Hobby Lobby carries it anymore. And I'm making a blanket because clearly I have problems. I have the urge so bad. I have startitis right now. I'm going to be honest with y'all. I have startitis. I want to start all the projects. I want to cast on all the socks. I want to cast on like 3 more blankets, knowing good and well that I have 4 blankets already going, this being one of them. So I need to work on this. It is a pentagon shaped blanket, worked in the round. I did whatever that invisible circle start thing is from the Muscle Burl pattern and made it up as I went from there. So this is where I was last time y'all saw it. I got about 2 inches made, and it can actually now fit in the round. I was doing magic loop for a long time because I didn't have this is the size needle I had. So now it's going to start turning into a bag from here because this is the size needle I have. It's really pretty. It does all that color work on its own. I really like it. And the back side is just all the pearl bumps. And yeah, I'm enjoying it. I have no idea how big it's going to be. I'm just going to go until I can't go anymore, until the yarn runs out. So yeah, it might be a baby blanket. It might be a lap blanket. I have no idea. We'll find out together. So I've been trying to work on this instead of casting on a new blanket. Be a good person. Yada yada yada. Okay. Really? That's all the whips I brought in here to show y'all. I am down to 12 whips currently. I will be casting on another sock today though, so that'll put me back at 13, which is still way less than the 20 that I had. I am hoping to sit down and do another episode of all those old whips so that I can kind of give y'all a better overall picture of where I am and maybe make out a game plan. I don't know, because I still have more than I want. I have a lot less than I did, but more than I want. I have no idea how many I actually want, because I'm one of those people that I need to have multiple projects going so that when I get tired of one, I can swap over to another one. I need vanilla, I need a pattern going, I need a little bit of everything happening, and yeah, I can't have just one project at a time. But I also can't have like 13 going at a time. I still feel a bit overwhelmed at 13. So let's do mail call. Mail call this week comes with a warning. I have the August Pretty Twisted Yarns and her Happy Halloweeny mystery yarn. So if for some reason you haven't gotten your August yarn yet, or you ordered the Happy Halloweeny in the second batch so you haven't gotten it, you might not want to look. And starting now, this is August yarn, and the name of it is Happy October. I absolutely love it. It's gorgeous. I can't wait. Oh, yes, that will be socks soon. And this one is the Happy Halloweeny mystery. I am going to try and wait till October. Oh God, I did get the sparkle base. So I'm gonna try really hard to wait for Halloween. I make no promises. I mean, look at this right here. Oh. Okay, I put the yarn down. You can look back. I tried not to say any of the colors. I really want to cast them both on, but I'm not going to. I'm going to wait. I'm going to be good. This week is a throwback week, and I thought with it being the last month of summer sock camp, I would show you the first pair of socks I ever knit. They're not perfect. They were wearable, but they weren't perfect. So here they are. And here's where I messed up. I did not have the pattern written down correctly, and I decreased every other round for the entire toe. You decrease every other round for like half of it, and then you decrease every round, and that gives you the nice rounded shape. My little elf socks here just didn't get. They don't match. My very first socks, they do not match, because the only yarn that I had on hand was Knit Picks Stroll, and it was one of those big gradient balls. So I just started from the outside and I said I don't care, and it turned blue on the second sock, which means that the next pair of socks I did, I had one sock that was solid blue, and then on my second sock it went to a dark blue. My first 4 socks, and they did not match. I don't care. This is a heel flapping gusset with lots of ribbing because I was following instructions. I had no idea what my personal preferences were at the time. Now, I don't enjoy ribbing, and I only need an inch to hold my socks up. So that's all I ever do. Very rarely do I do over an inch. But I still love them. As you can tell, there's something in there holding their shape. I have cardstock in there. It's just old scraps of cardstock. And I have one of these clotheslines in my studio, and they hang in front of my computer because these are the first socks I ever made. I want to keep them. And I also have a few pairs of retired socks. Either I didn't like the fit, they got worn out, holes in them, something like that. I retired them because I have more than enough socks. I don't have to darn my socks if I don't want to. I have plenty. So socks get retired, and instead of throwing them away, they become wall decorations back there in my studio. But yeah, throwback. This is November of 19. Pam taught me how to knit socks, and thank God she did, because the world shut down and I had a nice new expensive hobby that could be delivered to my door. I knit lots of socks in 2020. I learned a lot in 2020. So this is actually very similar to the pattern that I posted last night. So let's talk about that for a minute. I posted a pattern to my Ravelry store last night. It is a free pattern, and it's called Magic Vanilla Socks. It is what it sounds like. It's vanilla socks, and the magical part is that it only has 48 stitches. That is a very low stitch count if you're used to knitting socks and you know what kind of numbers you normally deal with. 48 is low. It's 48 stitches on a 3mm needle. And there is a note in the pattern on how I get a pair of socks out of one ball of Felice yarn. So this Knit Pick self-striping yarn that you can buy, I buy one ball and I get a pair of socks out of it. And it's very important that you use 48 stitches and a larger needle, that 3mm needle. I've tried to use a 2.5mm and 56 stitches. I was 2 feet short on yarn. I needed a string 2 feet long and I could have finished my sock. So I ended up buying a second ball of that color, and now my mom has a pair because I needed 2 feet of yarn. She's really excited about that color too. It's such a pretty color. I love it. Yeah, so if y'all want to go check out that pattern, it's pretty simple, beginner pattern. It works great in a DK weight yarn or a fingering weight yarn. It has a very loose gauge, very drapey. It's magic. 48 stitches fits most women. I don't know about men. I don't know. I've never tried it on a man's foot before. I've only knit socks for my husband. As far as like men go, he's the only one that I've knit socks for, and I didn't try 3mm. So I don't know. Yeah. Okay, let's see. So there's that. We talked about the 2x2 feet cowl that is still going on. That pattern. I have another pattern that is ready to go. It's the color ridge change. This one right here. That color change ridge sock. So you do the 1x1 ribbing where the color changes. Y'all asked that I write up an actual pattern for that, so I did, and I just have to go fight with Ravelry again to get it uploaded. I think I spent 2 hours last night trying to get the vanilla sock uploaded. I was so irritated that I quit. I gave up and I did not get the second pattern on there. So that's coming. It's also a free pattern because I have a free tutorial on YouTube on how to do it. So, yeah. Let's see. The only thing I have left on my list is chatter. Oh my goodness, I probably should have said chatter, by the way. Chatter. If you're still staring at me and you're like, something's different, I can't, something's different, I have contacts. I went to the eye doctor, had my yearly checkup, and received contacts, and I usually get my free trial pair at the appointment, wear them twice, and then they end up in the garbage because they're only good for a month, and then I never buy any because I know if I open a pair of contacts, I'll wear them a couple of times and they'll go in the trash, and then I won't want to open the next pair. And anyways, I talked to the doctor about dailies, and she's like, yeah, those would probably work really well for you since you go 3 months at a time without wearing any. My eyes used to be the same, and now they're different. They're like 0.25 of a different from each other, and it's really irritating because now I have to buy 2 boxes of contacts instead of 1, and dear Lord, contacts have gotten expensive. I don't think I've bought any in 3-4 years because, like I said, I have a horrible habit of opening them and then not wearing them. So then I just got to the point that I feel guilty for ever opening them. Dailies, I'm good. I don't feel guilty because obviously I'm going to wear them for the day, which means that I am wearing them more often. Kind of a, what would that be, a catch-22 there? I wanted dailies because I don't wear them very often, but now I'm wearing them more, so I could get the monthlies. Anyways, went to order these, and because I have to have 2, it's like $90 for a 30-day supply. I'll be ordering them, but I'll probably only order 30 days of them. Oh. But some of y'all are probably like, oh my god, she only wears contacts like once every month? Yeah, pretty much. If that. So, yeah, let's see. Let's talk TV. So, in fall of 2020, I found a TV show on Netflix, and it was like, Mandy, you should watch this. And just based on the name of it, I was like, sure, why not? I loved it. I completely fell in love with the show, and I went into this great nightly routine where I'd dim all the lights in the house, I'd make a cup of hot tea, and I would sit down and watch Good Witch. Such a good show. It is very calming, very relaxing. I was like, man, this feels very Hallmarky, but it's not Christmas, so it can't be Hallmark. It's Hallmark. That's who makes Good Witch. Had no idea. There were like 6 seasons of it, I think. Last year, fall rolled around, I was like, I really want to watch Good Witch again. So I watched the whole thing again, and partway through it popped up and said new episodes. I had no idea they were still filming. So they added on a whole nother season. I've already done my research. I'm like, are we going to add more this year? Because I need more. Hallmark canceled the show. And Netflix picked it up. Netflix is going to be adding a season 8 this year. I was a little worried because Netflix is not Hallmark. A lot of y'all have been recommending Virgin River. So it popped up on Netflix and I was like, fine, I'll watch it. It is a Netflix original and it is very Hallmarky. I have been enjoying it. I've been watching it in the afternoons with my cup of tea. It's very calming. I have restored faith that Netflix might be able to pull off Good Witch. Maybe. We'll find out because I'm going to watch it. I am already all antsy and ready to watch Good Witch again this year. This is like my fall routine now. I love making my tea, dimming the lights, and watching the show. So I'll be doing that again. I'm trying really hard to wait until September. I think the next season comes out in September, so I'm trying to wait until then so that it can take me through September and October. If I only watch it late at night, right before bed, I should be able to stretch it that far. I'm excited. Do y'all watch Good Witch? Like, if you don't, you should. I'm not really a Hallmark kind of person, but that one is really good. Maybe because it speaks to my spooky soul. I don't know. As I sit here drinking my spiced pumpkin pie coffee from Community, it's really good. Most of the Community flavored coffees have been kind of hit and miss. This one is a good one. And it's already out. I have no idea why it's out. There's no pumpkin spice creamer here yet, but there's spiced pumpkin pie coffee. I'll take it. Okay. I kind of rambled there for a bit. So let's go ahead and wrap this up. And it has been fun talking to y'all this week. I love spending time with y'all and chatting about knitting. And I hope y'all have a wonderful week. We'll do it again next week. Bye.